Hello friends, today we're opening 100 packs of Destined Rivals. Alright folks, we're finally here doing Destined Rivals. I apologize for the delay, it just came out quite a while ago, over a month at this point, and we're just now getting to it. And that's a hit of our first pack too, a Mewtwo. Now, I did mention last video that the videos would become a little bit less regular, not every week anymore, but I sincerely did not mean for it to be this long. Like, this is quite a long time here. Regirock EX, it's another hit, an ultra rare already, jeez. Alright, so that's 2 hits out of 2 packs already. Let's stop real quick here. It's been a while since I did Glory of Team Rocket. This little Mareep here, Team Rocket's Mareep, is such an awesome card. I collect Mareep, Fluffy, and Ampharos, but this Mareep is just like, look at him hanging out in this alley, surrounded by tires. It's all dark and like red and stuff. Like, that's just creepy. What a little creeper Mareep right there. That's just hilarious. What is he even doing? Oh my gosh. Lampearl and Hydrapple. But yeah, like I said, sincerely did not mean for this to take this long. Had a little bit of complication getting my Destined Rivals, so we have it now. We're doing this video finally. So there's all sorts of stuff we're looking for out of here. Obviously, who wouldn't love to get like the Mewtwo, stuff like that, but I really would like the Misty's cards. Especially the Lapras. The Psyduck is cool, but I think the Lapras is the coolest. Look at that, an SIR special illustration here already. Team Rocket's Crobat. I was going to say this card because I like the art style. Crobat's not my favorite, but the art style of this card is really, really cool. Look at all those Golbats back there hanging out with the Crobats. That's so cool. I can't believe we got an SIR already. Oh man, okay, so I'm really hoping we get another one. Maybe a little greedy, but you know, I definitely have some other ones I'd like to get. Yeah, I'd absolutely love to get the Moltres. I think that's a really cool looking card. Nice little Shaman there, by the way. And speaking of Ethan's Adventure, I would like to get the SIR Ethan's Adventure. I did pull that in Glory Team Rocket, the Japanese version of this. And I would like to get it here, mostly because I do collect Pichus, and there's a Pichu in that card, which is the first time in a long time. So definitely would like that. Another hit already, jeez. It's a lot of hits out of these first 10 packs. Yeah, definitely feeling pretty lucky there so far. So there's Ethan's Pichu too. That's awesome. I really wish they had a card dedicated to Ethan's Pichu, like an illustration rare SIR, but I'll take the what's it called? The Ethan's Adventure SIR for now. But Pichu had a long time of being ignored. Is that another ultra rare MC's Hype? How many hits? We're not even like, it's only 7 packs and we have 5 hits. That's unlikely to say the least. Oh my gosh. I like that little visor she's got. That's so 90s. That's what I grew up with right there. Okay, hopefully we keep up this hit rate and that gives us some good chances at some SIRs and stuff, so we can be hopeful. Roserad. But as I mentioned, I'd really like to get Misty's Lapras. I think that card is really cool. You know, you got a nice Gen 1 Pokemon, you got Misty. That's a really good combo right there. Zamazenta. Interesting art right there. I like that angle you're looking at him at. Metachan. So there's a Misty Psyduck. There's obviously the illustration rare version of that, which we would certainly like to get as well. Another hit. Oh my gosh, that's, what is that? 6 hits out of 10 packs. That's pretty darn good. Obviously, those regular double rares, those little EX cards, they're not, you know, the craziest hits, but they still count as hits, you know, so that's still pretty good. Crustle. So I have passed up the Fluffy and the Ampharos already, and I will talk about those later. I just figured we're going to see them again, so I don't want to interrupt my speech here. But This Ponyta is also really, really nice art here. Really love this art style. Very kind of cartoony. I mean, I guess they all are, but this one in particular just kind of speaks to me. So, big fan of the Ponyta there. Primate, Kangaskhan, and Articuno. So at this point, I'm pretty sure it's official that this is the last main set in Scarlet and Violet. We're coming up on the Mega Era. Another ultra rare, this time a Regirock, which you also have gotten already. That's insane. That's so crazy. I have no idea how we have so many hits and ultra rares in particular already. That's very unlikely, I would think. Spidops. Yeah, so my last 100 pack opening before this was actually for Paradox Rift. That was kind of a one-off, little special. Go ahead and do an older quote set at that point. It's only what, 2 years old, but still. I guess at that point it wasn't even 2 years old, like a year and a half old. Everything before Surging Sparks just feels so old in Scarlet and Violet now. It's just kind of crazy. But yeah, I did that video as kind of a last hurrah to one of my favorite sets of Scarlet and Violet, because it's, every single box is over $200 now. It's going to be a little hard to justify opening them. Not that I haven't opened expensive stuff before. I did do my 100 packs of Evolving Skies, all sorts of stuff like that. So we'll see. We may see some of those come back in the future. Orbis. Okay, this set of 10 packs has certainly brought us back down to earth. We've really only gotten that ultra rare, I think, so far. And there's a double rare, Electivire. But yeah, since it's been so long since I've done this video, the next English set's coming up pretty soon now. Black Bolt and White Flare, which are the same names as the Japanese sets, which I also have not done yet, because I didn't want to do those before I did this set. So that is a pretty tight timeline there. We'll see what happens. I may try to do the Japanese before the English. Maybe not. Maybe they'll come after. I'm not sure yet. Yeah. So, like I said, I had my son back in February, and life's changed a little bit since then. So we're not going to be right on top of some of these releases like we tried to be before. There's that Fluffy car. I really like this one too. He's also hanging out in a little creepy forest. Got his little angry red lightning bolts coming off of him. So all the Team Rocket Mareep Fluffy Emperors were pretty darn good. Mareep is definitely the best though. Just looking so dangerous in his little Mareep body in the alley. So as I mentioned, Scarlet and Violet's coming to a close with White Flare and Black Bolt. And next up is the Mega Era. Baltoy and Zapdos. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. The past few new eras have kind of tanked at the beginning, and I have a feeling that's not going to happen this time, but I guess we'll see. Mendozo. Now, don't get me wrong, I would absolutely love if things kind of went back to normal, things were a little more available. But it's going to be hard to get there, I think, because people have just gotten so deep into, what's going on right now with the scarcity of product. Crystal. I do think it will largely hinge on how much or how easy it is to get Black Bolt and White Flare as well. Oh, there's our first illustration of the Blaziken. That's really cool. Check that out. I really like that. It's kind of got a little action blur going on there, camera blur on his legs sweeping around, doing a little roundhouse here. The background's just all smoky. That's really cool. So this is our first illustration rare, and that's almost 30 packs in. So our hits did even out a little bit from the kind of tear we were on at the beginning. So we'll see what else we can get here in the Wobbuffet. Yeah, I do think it would be really cool to get the Mewtwo in particular, but like I said, the Moltres, the Lapras, etc. Lots of cool cards in here. But I think I would like to get the Mewtwo if I could. Mewtwo is just one of those old school Pokemon that you think back to that first movie, and you know, just really makes you nostalgic, I guess. Mag Cargo. That's an angry Mag Cargo. Usually he looks kind of silly. So you may notice that there's not just Team Rocket stuff in here. There's also like Ethan stuff and Cynthia, etc. That's because this is not just Glory of Team Rocket. This is also Heatwave Arena from Japan. There's a Yon Mega EX. That's a little hit for us. And I do think a lot of people are expecting this set to be a little more Team Rocket-y. But in English, it's Destined Rivals, so there's other stuff in here as well. Yeah, but it still seems like it has a pretty good chance to be the most popular main set in Scarlet and Violet at this point. Or, you know, it's hard to tell because of how skewed the market is right now, but still. Little Titan EX, that's a hit. Little Ethan's Pichu again. More Pika, that's another good one. A lot of good little commons, uncommons, and rares in here. Sneasel. I do feel like we haven't seen that Ampharos too much today. I've passed him up at least once, if not more times, but I do want to talk about him. Ethan's Ho, the gold card. That's pretty good. Gold card and a special illustration rare so far today. We're not even halfway through. Definitely gives us some possibilities. Still can hit some pretty good stuff here. Pretty poor centering, but that's fine. I don't really get these graded, so not too bad. So speaking of Black Bolt and White Flare, I keep wanting to say the opposite for some stupid reason. One of the gimmicks in that set's going to be every single Pokemon is going to have an illustration rare card, or I guess special illustration rare. Now there's some bad centering right there. Little Ravska, look at that. Look how skinny that border is over here. That's insane. Jeez. That is not very good. Yeah, I haven't really called it out yet because it's mostly been energy cards, but I've seen a lot of pretty badly off-center energies in here. Like this Ethan's Adventures, you know, decently off-center. I feel like this set is looking like it was rushed a little bit. And that's not to say that, you know, quality in English doesn't, you know, kind of vary as it always, but I have noticed quite a few off-center cards in here as we've been going through. Garchomp. So this really would have been, I guess, the first set. If you assume it takes them 6 months to, you know, plan a set and do printing and stuff for that, this might have been the first set where they really had the chance to adjust. So you'll see here's another energy where the centering is fairly poor. It's not insane, but it's very noticeable to me. So I could 100% believe they just tried to print more cards and the quality kind of suffered because of that. Ethan's Mag Cargo. Because I really don't recall off the top of my head the last time I've seen such poor centering on so many cards right out of the gate here. Team Rocket's Meowth. I forgot to mention this, but I really do like this card. Great little art style. And of course, you got the iconic pair of Giovanni and Meowth. It's not the Persian, but still, that's his little Meowth there. And look how happy he is. He's very proud of his little Meowth there. So that's a great hit right there. We'll definitely take that. Okay, I think that's 40 packs in, and not too bad. Gold card with the hyper rare, special illustration rare, a couple of illustration rares. There's another illustration rare for us right there. Team Rocket's Eradicate. Definitely not my favorite card in here, but still pretty cool. I like the art style. The actual theme of the card isn't like, you know, super impressive to me, but you know, it's not too bad. I like the little one single Rattata back here, surrounded by all these Raticates. Yeah, we certainly do have a lot of good hits over there, so I'm not going to complain. But I still would really like to get one of those SIRs that I really wanted. So I do know we primarily do Pokemon on this channel. I have done one video. I didn't push it to my subscribers because I wasn't sure if anyone would care. But I did do a video opening. I forgot to take the code card and energy off. Jeez. All right, yeah, I did do a video opening a booster box of Arthurian Legends, which is a expansion from Sorcery, a different card game. And I'm really excited that they're coming out with a new mini set, like in a month, less than a month. The Dragon Lord mini set. So if you like really good art, check out Sorcery. Absolutely insane art they have, and it's actually a pretty fun game as well. And I believe Sorcery is also going to have a full set at the end of the year, probably called Gothic, I believe. So that's going to be really cool. I think it was October that Arthurian Legends released, so hopefully around then. But yeah, I know we talk pretty much primarily about Pokemon on here, but I actually, I'm interested in a lot of different card games, so it's not just Pokemon that I'm into. Orbis. And Sorcery is actually really fun to open as well, in my opinion, because they have foil versions of every card. They have curios, which is like a hidden special version of cards, and all sorts of stuff like that. And I really love how they talk about the rarity of the card using the flavor text. It's just really, really well done. Big fan of that. There's a Moltres, not exactly the one we wanted, but we're getting a little bit closer, hopefully. Okay, we're getting pretty close to being halfway through here. Almost to the first 50 packs. Hey, now there's a nice card. I don't really care that much about Arven, but Greedent's pretty cool. But look how good the art is. Really love this art style. Very, very nice. Greedent's trying to get Arven's Sandwich, which is also a card in here. It's like a trainer called Arven's Sandwich or something. So I'll point that out if I see it again. But he really wants it. Look at him going for it. That's a really nice little art. Really friendly little card. So I'll definitely take that guy. Unexpected right there. So either I really haven't been paying enough attention, or we really did pass, and we did pass the Ampharos again, or we haven't seen it again. Oh. Oh, I love when that happens. There we go. There's the Ampharos I was talking about. So Ampharos looks cool and kind of like, he looks kind of evil too, but Ampharos is like, he's not just inherently as cute as Mareep and Fluffy, so it's a little less ridiculous. The Mareep just standing there menacingly in the alley, that's top tier. I do like all three of these, but the Mareep's my favorite. In case anyone was wondering, I did swap out my playmat here. Before, I think it was like the Great Wave one, and this one is a pretty cool Volcarona themed. You got the Iron Moth, and you have Slitherwing, which are two of my favorite future and ancient Pokemon, honestly. I think Slitherwing's really cool. And the colors are absolutely top tier. I honestly think Slitherwing is just one of the best looking Pokemon overall, like of anybody. And I'm sure most people would disagree with that and not care. Like, it's not a popular Pokemon. It's like a brand new ancient one, but I think Slitherwing is really cool. So yeah, I had to. This is the Mareep. Okay, keep going. I did have to switch up the playmat just to get something new here. So apologies if it clashes. All right, there's another illustration where I'm pretty sure I pulled this in Japanese. This is like one of the few cards ever I'll say this about. I do not like this art style at all. It's so uncanny. It's weird. There's like no shading or anything. Look at the Electrike. He's just like completely flat. I don't know. I find that really weird. So not a fan of this card. I really think that looks not great personally. Yeah, any longtime listeners here, or watchers I should say, viewers, they may be surprised to hear me say it, because I'm usually pretty positive about everything as far as art goes, but that one I just really don't like it. Ethan's OEX, we'll take that. So apologies if you really do like that card and I'm trash talking it. Just not my sort of thing, I guess. So I'm definitely excited about the Mega era. I'm really hoping we get some cool Mega Ampharos cards. Cynthia's Roserod. This is a really nice little card. I could have actually seen this being an SIR, but it's an illustration rare. And you got Cynthia hanging out there too. So this is a pretty cool little card. I'm not going to complain about that at all. But yeah, Ampharos is probably my favorite Mega Evolution. And I'm kind of wondering if we'll see any Gen 9 Megas in there. It's a Titan. I mean, obviously, like a Mega Mousehold would be really cool. I mean, maybe some more mice get added to the little family. I don't know. But I'm definitely excited to see what they come up with that, you know. I think it's cool that going back to an old mechanism like that with a new gen, I think really has some promise there. So we'll see. I forget exactly when that's coming out. If I had to guess, it would have to be sometime in like September or something, the English version. And I forget if that's a dual set again, like Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet. I think it may be, but I'm not certain. Another really badly centered Rapska. That's interesting. The other Rapska was also very poorly centered. Yeah, this one's pretty bad. Kind of hoping we get another Rapska now. EX to see if they're all really badly cut. Hey, yes! I was hoping for this card. I completely forgot this was in here. Oh, we got the Kangaskhan hanging out with the little Quagsire. Oh my god. Firstly, I like how like small the Pokemon is here. It's like so zoomed out. And they're just like chatting. Like he's just walking by, he sees the little Quaggy there, and he's like, hey, what's up, man? So that's a nice little card right there. I love the art style in here. So that's a huge hit for me. Okay, our illustration rare rate has certainly been picking up. We've gotten quite a few of those at this point. Obviously still hopeful for another special illustration rare as well, though. We have a chance, I guess. Gyarados. We do have a bit under 40 packs remaining here, so I don't know exactly what the rates are, but if I had to guess, it's probably 170 or something like that, just based on the past few sets. Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Okay, we'll take that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting going into this Mega era with how hot Pokemon's been. And it's not just Pokemon right now either. You got Magic going crazy with Final Fantasy, and some of that's kind of carrying over to Spider-Man. They just announced they're doing Avatar: The Last Airbender, Universes Beyond. So it's really a crazy time to be into several different card games. So my point is that I'm still very curious to see if we're going to slow down either going into or shortly after the release of the Mega era, the first sets. Another Team Rocket's Eradicate. We will take it. Like I said, not my favorite necessarily, but not too bad. That would be our first illustration rare dupe. I do believe we have gotten some other dupes. Let's see. Golbat, Mudsdale. There's Arvin's sandwich I was talking about that the Greedent was trying to steal away from him. Meowth and the Greedent. There he is. Look how stuffed he is. He probably just ate Arvin's sandwich. Okay, we're in the back third here of our 100 packs. Less than 30 to go. Or, well, 30 to go, including this, I should say. Another Grimmsnarl. Speaking of Marnie, they did a really interesting thing recently. They released these battle decks, the Marnie's something, I forget what it was. Marnie and Steven battle decks. Oh, look at that, the Rapidash. Okay, that's another great one right there. Look how cool this art style is. This is like a watercolor or something. I'm not enough of an artist to know the art terms that well, but I just love how cool this looks. So like soft and just ethereal kind of thing going on here. So that's absolutely amazing. We will certainly take that Rapidash. But yeah, what I was saying is the interesting thing about these battle decks is they came with basically illustration rare style promos. There's another ultra rare Team Rocket Persian. Okay, we will take that. That's pretty cool. That's actually a pretty sick ultra rare right there. Very much like the style of the ultra rares in Journey Together, I would say. But yeah, this illustration rare style promo I think was a really, really smart move on Pokemon's part. Because right now what happens is these battle decks, they only move for people who want to play the game, which is not the majority of people in Pokemon, most likely. Pokemon tends to be dominated by collectors first, and players are kind of a second there. But anyway, that essentially means that those decks are useless for collectors. Okay, we got the special illustration rare. It is a trainer, which isn't, necessarily what we're looking for, but we will absolutely take it. We will not complain about another special illustration rare. It's actually pretty darn cool. I like her eyes. They kind of flash there. Looks like there's no or little texture there compared to everything around. So this is actually not too bad. So we will take that. That's pretty good. 2 special illustration rares tonight, and good thing, ultra rares and illustration rares. Anyway, my point about those decks is that they tend to sit once people have bought enough of them, players, and not useful to collectors, and they'll just sit there forever. Like, of all the distributors I know of, the only one that I'm aware of that has any product just sitting there waiting to be bought, it's like Miraidon EX decks, which are I don't even think they're in rotation anymore, honestly. I'm not 100% certain about that. Nidoking. So really, that means there's no reason for anyone to buy them. But take that deck, put a promo into it, like an illustration rare style, nice promo. And now, even after that deck is way out of rotation, it's still going to have some value to a consumer or collector just for having that card in there. So really smart by Pokemon. I would not be surprised if they carry that lesson forward and we start getting more boxes with nice like illustration rare or special illustration rare style promos like we did for Shrouded Fable. Because Pokemon, they're not dumb. They definitely understand the tools that they have if demand wanes for their product, and they're not even using like a tenth of them compared to like what Magic's done. They're really not. So Pokemon, they definitely know what they're doing. So I think that's a pretty good thing for everybody. Who doesn't want, like, imagine if the only thing you could find right now was a battle deck and it at least had like a cool promo in it. That's not too bad. Now, obviously, that's certainly not the same as finding some packs to open if you're into opening packs, but it's something, I think. So that's not a bad thing. Okay, folks, we're kind of getting down there. I don't want to lose hope yet, but I don't know if we're going to get any of that stuff we really wanted today. Now, we did get the Kangaskhan and the Rapidash, which I did want both of them. Forgot to mention them. And we did get a couple special illustration rares, so we can't complain, but still, there's some stuff we'd really like to get. So I think we have roughly 15 packs left here. Roughly. Roserod. Everything feels all hopeful until you get down to that last like 10 packs or so, and you're like, oh no, this is probably not going to happen. So it's kind of amazing some of the sets we did last year, 100 pack openings for, which we did a lot of, how expensive those sets are now. It's absolutely crazy. Like, even at the time I did it last year, stuff like Evolving Skies obviously was a little pricey, but everything else was pretty darn cheap. But now, no way. Another ultra rare, Mr. Petrol here. I mean, we did lots of stuff. We're talking Fusion Strike, 151 multiple times. Lost Origin, Brilliant Stars, Crown Zenith is getting up there. Not to mention sets like Paldea Evolved, which we did really well on that opening, by the way. And I believe those boxes are well over $300 a box now. Okay, folks, we're down to our last 10 packs. This is where it gets real. Anything else we're gonna get, it has to be in these packs. Did we get anything out of those past like 10? I don't even know. Oh, there's an ultra rare Cynthia's Garchomp. That's actually pretty cool. Like I said, I do like this style of ultra rare with the trainer kind of silhouetted back there, washed out. So we'll certainly take that. So we have pulled special illustration rares in the last 10 packs before. In fact, I think we may have pulled one on the last pack before. There's that Rapidash again. I'm definitely not going to complain about that. I love this card, so we will certainly take that. Anyway, I do feel like it was maybe Obsidian Flames or something on the last pack. We're close to the end. I think it was the last pack that we did get a SIR, so hopefully we hit that today. And if not a special illustration rare, then come on, Misty's Lapras. Can we at least get that? Really would like that card. Mankey, Electrike, Roserad. Yeah, I feel like my last few openings have been pretty lucky. I've gotten one of my top cards. I do like that Rapidash, I do like the Kangaskhan, but they're not really my top cards out of here. Another ultra rare, Team Rocket's Archer. Okay, folks, we are down to our last 5 packs here. I don't know if we're gonna get anything crazy here. We can hope. Oh, Dundoza, that's a hit. We'll take it. The truth with English is you just don't know. You never know what's going to be in that pack. A little different in Japanese, but in English, it could be. You never know. Oh, cool little Rotom. I could use one of those to do some chores for me. Turn into weird stuff. Corvus. Okay, here's our second to last pack. Misty's Lapras, come on. We want the illustration rare. Oh no. What a troll. Our third time for the Regirock ultra rare. Why? Why Regirock? Okay, folks, it is the last pack. We've been trolled so hard by Regirock. Can we get anything out of these last few cards? Ariana, goodbye. Oh no! John Dozo, it's a hit. If you enjoyed watching us open Destined Rivals today, check out these other videos where we open packs of Pokemon. Thanks for watching, and have a great one.